Hi there, I'm Burley Mullins, and welcome back to Method of the Meatness. We're moving the Cestus Spore-Mead from Star Wars into Secondary. So, for today's episode, we're just moving the Cestus Spore-Mead, the mead with mushrooms and herbs, from its primary fermentation vessel off of the sachet, in this case cheesecloth, that contains the aforementioned mushrooms and herbs, into secondary fermentation where it can hopefully mellow out, and if any sharp flavors, probably from the rosemary, have developed, give it a chance to mellow out before putting it in a bottle, and also getting it off of the dead yeast. I've done a lot of this before. I'll probably fast forward a lot through this process, but I am going to give tasting notes of where it is right now, and what I might hope to see from it in the future. I will not be testing the ABV right now, because that will change after secondary and before I put it into a bottle. At that point, I will be testing the ABV. It'll be similar to videos you've seen before. In fact, I'll link the bottling video for Dragon's Breath right up here. So if you would like to get a more in-depth look at this process, you can refer back to that video. A little beery. I think that might be from the rosemary acting a bit like hops in this instance, adding a bittering agent, but that's not unpleasant. These auto-siphons are so nice, they just make this process so much simpler. The only thing easier would be a pump. Okay, now on to what I'm sure many of you are here for. Me tasting a mushroom and herb mead for the first time. We'll see if it's savory sweet like I intended, or headed in that direction at least. Like I said before, it does smell a little bit beery, and I do think that's largely due to the rosemary. It's still on the sweet side. I think the yeast is going to continue to work to bring that down some. You do get a lot of the warmth of the honey. The mushrooms are barely present. The rosemary and bay leaves really overpowered them in this. But they're there. If you've had like a watery soup with like a mushroom base, where the mushroom flavor is there, but not necessarily overpoweringly so. Just like a hint of mushroom. I'm not mad about that. It's bright, vibrant, still fairly sweet. I'm hoping that will tone down some in secondary. But I am overall pleased with the progress of where this is heading. I would probably use a similar amount of fresh rosemary going forward. Probably amp up the mushroom if I were to do this again. Because I do want it there. I want to taste it. I think it would actually complement these flavors very well. So it's almost a shame that it's fairly hidden. If you let it sit, it comes forward. Not unpleasantly so. I used shiitake mushrooms, and it's not at all unpleasant. Sometimes when you get, heavy mushroom, it can lean towards almost seafoody. But it certainly has not done so in this case. I would still use more going forward if I were to do this again. But absolutely not mad at this at all. This is going to be a very pleasant mead when it's done. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can see when I put new videos out. That's currently the best way to support the channel, outside of sharing these videos to your friends who are interested in mead or any of the properties that I'm covering. If you have any suggestions for pop culture meads, please put them in the comments below, and let me know if you'd like to see more of this content. This has been Method of the Meadness. I'm Burley Mullins. See you next time.